Hi, guys. How
Hello,
are you
hello.
today?
Good.
I got to start. So, what was it like returning for a second season? It must be nice stepping into these characters again when you've got a sense of who they are.
Oh, it's the best feeling.
It's
I was
just
waiting
really
for this.
exciting.
Yeah. I remember after season one, I was just constantly waiting for the news. Oh, when's season two? When's season two? When's season two? And hearing the news and then going back and shooting it. And then this one, I just had, so much fun. We did so much fun stuff this season. It was just a great time.
When you've already set up the show and you have one season in the bag, you show up for season two and it's like it's time to play. You can you can take some swings at things and this season's like really fun and exciting, and I think we did some stuff this season that maybe we were trying to figure out in season one. I'm excited for this.
Well, where does season two take the Hardy Boys? Because obviously,
Everywhere.
there's some new stuff happening right in the first episode.
Yeah, it gets pretty crazy right off the bat. It all starts when this kid goes missing, goes into the woods, doesn't come back out, and Joe jumps right on it. He's like, okay, let's go. It's a mystery. Let's solve it. And so that then kind of spirals into this whole huge thing. But it all starts with that one disappearance.
Where's Frank at this season?
Frank, what I love about this season is we meet Frank and he's in like his version of paradise, which is just normalcy. Like he's just holding on to normalcy. And the dynamic between Frank and Joe is amazing this season because this mystery comes up and Frank just goes, I'm good, I'm happy, get me away from this. And as hard as he tries to get away from it, he gets dragged through it. And another thing that's happening with Frank, which I don't want to spoil too much, is the eye is at play in a very personal way, and he's struggling with that whilst trying to hold down normalcy, and everything goes wrong as it should.
Well, I love this idea of the Bridgeport demon. I think it's such a great thing because I think every area in Canada has some sort of creature legend like this. I mean, so what was it like for you guys getting into that kind of spooky atmosphere? Did you guys grow up with any demons in your neighborhoods?
I mean, as a kid, you always make up stories about all these monsters that live in the woods. And it was really cool because, I got to see the demon on set like around sometimes, and it was like this giant 6 foot. Oh, it's crazy. I'm not gonna spoil like anything, but oh my god, it was like spooky. It was so cool. It was really good. Like now that there's lore around the whole backstory of Bridgeport and now the whole
community. That's what I love about it is the lore of the town.
Yeah.
So much fun. And to have, to have half the town buying into it and the other half not, it's fun.
If it makes it feel like the town really is someplace you could go visit. Like I think back to old shows like Haven and other shows like that build this world that you can actually feel like you're stepping into. How long is the demon going to be around this whole season? Is that kind of the kind of big bad kind of?
Or
at least where it leads to, I should say, I guess.
It's a good jumping off point for what's really going.
But it does, it sticks around for a long while.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say without giving.
I don't know. Yeah,
of course.
It sticks around the perfect amount, and that's all you know.
Yeah.
Well, I love that the relic is playing a part here too. Right in the first episode, we've got this kind of tease into something's going on here. How is Frank dealing with his connection to the relic this season, I guess, without spoiling it?
How is he dealing with it? I think the way I approached this with Frank was I remember walking on to do this and I read the first couple episodes and I had no idea where they were taking it. But I just remember being he has just absolutely no control over his life. And he's trying desperately to have that control. And what I really appreciate with what they did with the eyes is it puts it puts Frank not in the driver's seat, and the eye is personified in a way that it's not the villain or the hero. It's just a thing that's happening in the background of these episodes. And I mean, I can't say anything, but the way it's taken, the route we go with it is very exciting. And I'm excited to see what people think and what people have to say.
And how does Joe deal with Frank throughout this? Because I'm sure this must put strain on their friendship and their relationship.
Well, Joe's priority has always been family first. And, family as in Frank, but also as in, the rest of the gang and his friends. And seeing this strain, Joe really kind of takes his own responsibility in helping as much as he can. And, he's doing his own thing. He's off solving, cases in his own way. He's with, some of the gang. And I'm really trying to not spoil anything, but the way he deals with it is really just, he cares. He really, really cares.
I like the part of the relationship where I'm like, I mean, this sort of evolves as it goes along, but Frank being like, I'm scared, I don't know what's happening, and Joe being like, this is so cool.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, oh wow,
like Joe turning to Frank and being like, grow up, enjoy yourself.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
such a cool dynamic, the opposite.
And I love too that their relationship isn't the normal TV big brother, little brother thing, because some shows can get kind of bogged down in that, and their relationship is not the same as that at all.
Well, yeah, I think the key part of that is that Frank and Joe aren't the same. They're not the same person. They're so different yet so similar, and where it matters. They care each other. They need each other for the mystery to work. They're two sides of the same coin. But they handle situations differently. They react differently. So I think that's why the dynamic is so special. Because if you're just kind of two brothers that are identical, then you could just might as well be one guy,
Well, the other thing I'd like to know is, did you have a favorite, scene basically this season that you got to do something that was kind of like, okay, this is peak TV for me?
I'm going to say the last scene that I do this season was the weirdest, unpreppable thing that I've ever done in my career. And it's so weird. And that was a very special thing for me.
That's awesome.
There is one scene in episode 9, Rohan, you know what I'm talking about, that I'm really proud of. I think, I'm proud of what I did. I think Rohan did an amazing job. And that's kind of like the climax of the relationship. Yeah. So that's really like, I'm proud of what we were able to do there.
Well, the last thing I want to know is, when fans sit down and watch the show, what are you hoping that they get out of the show? What's the thing that you hope that they take away?
I want just like excitement this season. I just want like people to sit down and be like, this is fun. This is a lot. Yeah. That's what I want.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Just have fun. Just watch the show. It's a great time.
And it is so much fun to watch, I gotta say. So I don't think you have a problem there.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys both very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
You.
Appreciate it, man.
Have a great day.